Welcome everybody to Show Me Your Rack. I'm Nikki.
I'm
This
Lace.
is Lace, whatever way we point. I can never get it right. This way. That's Lace. And down here are Kat and Roe of Inked Lady Morphs. Welcome, Kat and Roe.
Yeah.
Thanks for being willing to show us your rack.
And thanks for not touching tips. That was rude.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I got to get it again.
Everyone, this is Show Me Your Rack. Touch tips.
We can't even coordinate well enough to figure out what way we're going.
First, I don't know where is that.
The snake community. We're a bunch of cool folks, I tell you.
Very
crazy. The craziest part is that's like the closest we've ever been to each other.
It's very like we're like ET. Like this is so good. I'm like, what am I doing?
Oh my goodness.
So what's up? What are you guys up to? What's cooking in your world lately? Something big?
We're on the 15 minutes of lamb. That's about the biggest thing. That and just maintaining everything here. Yep, every day, just get home and reels. I've been loving it. It's been so much fun, and everyone in it is just incredible. Such good people.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys, y'all make some of my favorite reels outside of this. So like, it's the end of the year. Winter is here. It's not coming anymore. It's here, and it's time. And I live for the reels. I live for the reels. It's y'all are such creative, real people. Y'all are hilarious. Yeah, I do know that Roe takes a lot of the credit, but
I just act really poorly. No, she does not.
No, not at all. You really don't.
It's really bad.
Not.
No, y'all don't see the outtakes.
We should. You should post.
I was going to say we definitely should.
She has a blooper reel.
Yeah.
It's just, I was going to post it this morning. I might post it tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. But Lacey, your reels freaking kill me. I look forward to them every single time we post one.
Thanks, bud. But y'all's knock mine out of the park. I live for them. Keep making them. Give the people what they want. We need it.
Appreciate you, dude.
My very first one I ever saw of yours, and I think you were all in it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It was the Pokemon one.
We were saying,
yes.
I don't want to give any kind of too much of a spoiler, but I think we're doing a part 2 to that.
You've got to. You have to.
Got it last night as an idea. We're like, yeah, we probably need to follow up on that. It's been a while, and that was really fun to collaborate with so many people. That was a really, really fun one to put together. I think that's the thing I'm going to be looking forward to a lot during the 15 minutes is collaborating with other people. Yeah. We've already started a bit with other contestants, and it's going to be a really fun rest of the month. It'll be awesome. Good competition, really great reels, really great people. It's a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good time the whole time.
I love the...
Oh, sorry, Lace. Go ahead.
No, take it away, sister.
I was going to say, I like the one where you were calling your sign guy.
Oh,
yeah,
so Rose in the back of that seat, I was like, oh, take me out, dog. That was too good.
That was perfect. You guys edited that together perfectly.
Yeah.
No editing. I couldn't edit that if I had 6 weeks to do one video. We were leaving our house, and I was like, Echo Diva just posted us in a reel, and we're literally watching it in the car, and I'm like, there's a billboard right there. Pull over in that gas station. It wasn't pull over. It was go up, turn around, come back, turn back around, and pull into this gas station. We need that. I was like, I need that billboard, and I literally edited on the way home, and I was like, I'm posting it right now. It was so ridiculous, but that's what you gotta do. Be over the top and just have fun. I like the bantering back and forth though, like with like it's all in good fun and everything. It's
absolutely
between like that, like us upping our game with like us and Gecko Diva, and then there was the working out one with like basically everyone took part with that one. That was so much fun.
I know the Harbins, they started that off well. I loved their working. That was so good.
And then she's holding the hog nose. I love it.
So good.
Part is getting to like form these bonds with breeders that we already were friendly with, or already considered friends, but now like it's just taking things to the next level, which I think is probably the best part to take away from all this in the end is just to form these bonds and growing them stronger and networking and just enjoying what we're all doing. Absolutely.
Agreed. I think it says a lot about you guys to be in this category, and just to be doing of that caliber with this. I don't feel like it's a contest. I mean, it is, but it's just hats off to you guys. Y'all have been doing the breeding for what, four seasons or 5 seasons?
4 years. We started collecting 5 years ago, but this is our 4th year. Breeding.
Okay. So 4th year breeding, 15 minutes of lame. Like, y'all are obviously doing the damn thing. Obviously, y'all know I'm a huge fan of y'all. I live for everything. So I'm really happy and excited for y'all. Y'all are so precious.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, you guys are both awesome. Thank you.
So you're going to take your top off or what?
When it comes to that rack behind you, what are your favorite things? What is the morph that's like you think is your backbone to everything?
So,
Nikki, that's not on the question card.
I'm sorry. I'm going rogue.
I'm just kidding.
See,
I'm going I love it.
Rogue. See?
So I like that. I think Katrina and I have different projects we both really, really love, but I think the backbone to all of it is Sunset. It always comes back to Sunset. We should have started it sooner, so I feel like we're still always going to feel late into the project, but it's still something I think we're going to be putting into all of our other projects basically over time. So I think
everyone's late. I think y'all got in at a great time.
Yeah. No, I think we did get in at a good time because this year, this is the first year we had our male, that yellow belly Sunset we have. This is the first year that we've been able to put him into our projects, and we were able to hold back quite a lot of really good project animals that'll push us forward. So it was a really good year with that. But next year, a lot of our girls that we bought like 2-3 years ago, they're now up to size good investment girls that is going to make this year probably one of the best years, if not the best for us. So we're really excited. Well, that's the plan, right? Every year you say is your year, and it's the next year is always the better year. But this year we kind of decided to just breed for ourselves, which was great because we were super male heavy. So every female we ended up keeping pretty much because we had so many males. And we did not need males; we needed females. I think that's the only downfall. I'm looking at the hatchling rack. That's why I keep looking over to. Most of the hatchlings we had were really male heavy this year, so that part was a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, but the females we hit were awesome. Yeah, so we're holding everything back and seeing what we can do later. Yeah, so unfortunate as far as selling because it's males, but then the people that wanted to reach out wanted to ask about like the highways we hit, like the OD highway sunsets we hit, and we were like, ultimately we decided we're like we have to keep both of these for ourselves because this is the only thing that's gonna hopefully push us ahead. So that was sad because of course you want to hit multiple and be able to sell them and share them with other people, and then we had to feel selfish and be like, oh, this is what we need for the future. So it's been a good year. We're excited to move into the next one. Yeah.
Very cool. So what? And I mean, you can keep this under wraps. We're not asking you to be completely transparent. You do you, boo.
We're gonna. We'll tell you what we're working with.
So what direction are you wanting to go in that? Like what avenues with Sunset are you like really like interested in? Like what are you wanting to add?
So the two things that we're working Sunset and recessive wise we're excited about is our yellow belly Sunset is being paired to our orange stream G stripe. And she actually, what was she at? I have a notepad. She has a notepad. She had her notes. She was at 13, so she's still small, but it's good. So we're excited to see that. I really want to see what a Sunset genetic stripe looks like. I think that would be really cool.
I don't think I've seen it.
It hasn't been made yet.
Okay.
So get our double heads and just start growing them up.
Yeah.
One is we're pairing that same yellow belly Sunset to the yellow belly het paint. So it's not a visual paint, but we're going to hold back everything and run the risk and hope there's a shed test by then. And then once Harley or anyone comes out with a paint test, we'll already have hatchlings, hopefully, if she goes this year, and then shed test everything.
It'll be here before you know it.
She's only at 9 millimeters, so it's early for her. I personally really love the Sunset Clowns, and we have 2 chances, hopefully next year, of maybe some visuals because we have 2 double het girls that we got from Brock about 2 years ago, and they were het sunset 66 het clown, both of them, and we risked it, and they both proved out het clown.
Yeah.
So now this coming year we'll have 2 breeder ready double hets. One's a Mojave, one's just a normal, but they're both going to the clown het sunset we have. So that would probably be the most exciting clutch for me this whole year. Is if we hit even one sunset clown visual, I will freak out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm buying a plane ticket and I'm coming to Georgia because I have to see it myself. So y'all let me know ASAP so I can plan accordingly, please.
The 2 I have seen, I don't think I've seen them in person, but every time I see a picture of them, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And I think, all of it is really like a base for adding more things, obviously, but just like that base, I'm like, there's so much potential for so much. Like Spot Nose, I think, is great with Sunset. Calico is great, I think, with Sunset. There's some genes I feel like we haven't seen too much of. It's still so untapped. So much potential, so many possibilities. But the holdbacks we made this year set us up for, I really want to see like super gravel sunset. I want to see highway sunset, freeway sunset. So with the holdbacks we made, hopefully in 2-3 years when they're big enough, we'll see what happens. Yep.
Y'all have made me fans. I remember like when y'all got the mail, I was like, I don't get it. Yeah. Like I can respect it and appreciate it. I don't get it. And then you're like, we're all in on this, brother. And I was like, okay, well, cool. And then now I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, now you also used to have like Spot Nose.
False. That's not the one I didn't like.
I thought it was Spot Nose. Dang. No, it was Spot Nose. You're like, I just don't know if I like Spot Nose. We're like, what's not to like about Spot Nose?
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at her called out.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Okay, maybe. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've not liked a lot. And then, yeah, I get it. And then it grows on me. You're right. Yeah. I take it back. I
even said, I'm like, I don't really like this. And then I see a combo with it. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's got my attention now. And this is the right combo to really make it shine.
Right. Like I was totally not really into pinstripe. And then Evan's Hypo Clown, Unlikely Morphs, his stuff. I'm like, oh my God, here I am melting over pinstripe.
I love pinstripe. I think pinstripe is so cool, especially in clown. Pinstripe clowns just piss. Yeah. If we didn't spend too much renovating this room, I would have bought that from him. Yeah, sometime you post it, I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. I know.
Yeah, I'm like in severe debt, and I'm like, Evan, I think I'm gonna freaking buy that snake, brother. And then come to find out, you were like, no, I think I'm gonna buy it.
It's the battle of the wills.
Yeah,
it's hard. Hold out.
You'll have money set aside that you're like, oh, we're gonna use this for this, and then you're like, you see that snake and you're like, oh, no, have to stay focused. Have to focus.
It's really hard to stay focused sometimes, though. Okay. Not gonna lie.
Very hard.
The last time page was like we saw a 3-way pinstripe breeder girl on auction, and we were like, okay, we should get that. And then we got her, so we're like, okay, that's a good addition. So she's still in quarantine, but she'll be joining the breeding ranks this year. So that's.
Do you want to show off some of your stuff in your rack?
Absolutely. Sure. Let's see.
Show us those babies.
Oh. Well, let's show off one of our favorite holdbacks of the year. This far. I'm going to just wheel out and grab the baby.
Wheeling and dealing and reeling.
This is where it gets really fun, where we get to see the stuff that's hiding in the rack.
And they're all very angry. Oh, yeah. And everything produced this year has been super feisty.
That's a thing. It's a 2024 thing. It's because it was an election year. Everyone's pissed.
That's gotta be. That's gotta be it.
Of our camera right now is so bad. I'm really sorry. But you can see like the orange stream.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Speeding it out. And it's got a little paradox on its head, too.
Y'all are like the paradox queens.
I want to see how red this gets.
Yeah.
I want to see purples in here, what it does with that. And
so much purple.
And she has a little bit of paradox on her head too, which was pretty cool also, but hard to see in our terrible quality camera.
No, you're not bad. That is not bad at all. I can see why you're keeping her though.
Yeah, we hit 2 and we were like, woo.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a 5-egg clutch?
It was a 5-egg.
It was a 5-egg clutch, and we were getting nervous because we were cutting and not seeing them, and then it was like the last 2.
Oh.
Who are you looking for?
What kind of incubator do you guys use?
We have the Sea Serpents hot box.
I've heard good things about that one. Is that what you have, Lace?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I think you were debating like DIY, and I'm like very anti DIY unless that's what you're doing. Is like you're an electrician or something, and that stuff.
Yeah.
So we got it our first year, like 6 months before we been on our clutch. We had this thing up and running, so we wanted to be that prepared.
Sea Serpent is top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Amen.
I think everyone would be awesome having something Sea Serpents, whether it's a hatchling rack or an incubator.
We have like 3 of their hatchling racks too.
So
this is great company.
The one stud for this year that we're super excited about, and this is a Nyala Mojave Fire or Disco Het Clown male. And he's got
some size.
Yeah, he eats good.
Yeah.
He eats really good, and he's pretty active right now. But no, I'm so excited about him. He was paired to our Batman girl and
her mom, the leopard blade thumb.
Yeah.
So our Batman girl just did her pre-lay shed. So we're really hoping to see some Nyala Clown stuff. That would be really cool.
And to see some really, really cool Nyala Clown stuff. Courtney and Steven at Leviathan made some stunning. They're the ones that got me into Nyala, and then I had to convince Katrina after I already put down a deposit.
Yeah, she had already bought this snake and was like, "Oh, by the way, we're getting into Nyala now." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I've seen very little. Obviously, I'd seen it from Courtney and Steven. Didn't know much about it, but then they showed me some potential things we could make, and they're really cool. And not a lot of people are really seem to be working it, so we thought that was exciting. So he has gone to the girl who's the Batman, who's obviously going to lay within the next 30 days, and a leopard blade pound. I think she was at 31 millimeters, so it's small.
This is for the people that say sunset just browns out. It's still holding like every single gene brown. Like
not that our lighting is good.
If you look at just a normal clown, unless it has something like DG or hypo, everything browns out. But
that holds very, very well.
Being a 2-year-old set.
And I'll say, like, our Het Sunsets, like, we purchased a Het Sunset when we started, and then we made a Het Sunset. Well, we made 2 Het Sunsets out of a clutch we had last year, and you could tell what ones were going to prove Het because they are so bright.
Yeah,
they do have a huge influence. I see.
Yes,
on that.
They do.
They really do.
So the only difference, because he's yellow belly and she's possibly orange dream, we have to shred test her at some point. But they found out that the dad was orange dream, so we're gonna test her also.
I can see it.
She's just a little brighter. She's got some good size. She won't be ready this year, but next year.
Oh.
Can you grab the
pretty
clown?
Oh, I love him.
That one.
This is probably a silly question, but I don't know about Nyala. What does Nyala do? Like,
so we think it's from what I've read and what I've heard from other people that work Nyala, it might be in like the same complex with mahogany. A lot of people like to say it's very similar, almost the exact same as mahogany, but based off seeing different combinations. Like if you look at a mahogany leopard clown and a Nyala leopard clown, it looks so different.
okay.
And it but it does those same like different things like that Jim does. We think it's in the same complex as it, but until there's more shed testing available to be able to see that, no one can be sure. But just from what we've seen with it in different combos, pretty cool. It does completely different things.
So it darkens for the most part.
And I've noticed it does a lot of blushing out of the head, which is super, super, like, I love that, but it definitely darkens it up, kind of gives it like a more like chocolatey like appearance almost. But
we have a female that's almost breeder ready, but she has pastel in her, so she's not like a great example to show you guys. We're just gonna kind of breed that out and hopefully have some cool results from that.
We do have the she'll be ready next year.
Pastel butter Miala clown girl. It's like almost breeder ready, so that was pretty cool pickup. We got a butter furrow clown male at the same time, so we're gonna try to get furrow into some stuff.
Did y'all get both from Leviathan?
No, we got them on a hardwired auction actually that popped up, cool. And we were like, "This is our chance. This is our chance."
We had some friends over there that were helping out. We just had it on. Like we wanted to support our friends that were there and stuff. Yeah, and then when we heard the word Niala,
and I was like, "Listen, Ro, I know it has pastel in it, but we're gonna have to just work with this." Like, so
this is our chance. Take it.
This is a guy we made last year. This is blackhead NC clown, het hypo. I think he proved out het hypo.
He proved out het
hypo. We were very excited because we really like blackhead.
I love those with the dorsal and that blushing on it. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna pair him to the pastel Niala butter clown just because I would love to see a Niala blackhead clown. I think that would look amazing.
Oh yeah.
You are doing fun things over there, both of you.
Yeah. Seriously.
I'm excited.
All the cool stuff's grown up. It's not time that we're very excited.
Yeah, we're trying to do stuff that we haven't seen a ton of. So we spend a lot of time looking at our animals and looking at pairings and then saying, well, what would we want to take from that and what would we want to put to it? And have we seen it before? Is it overworked? Is it underworked? Is it not being worked for a reason? So we do we had a smaller breeding season this year. Not smaller, but we only had 6 clutches because last year we really fine-tuned what we had because we had a lot of animals, but they weren't animals that were going to really take us far that we felt like in the industry. So fine-tuned, got rid of a lot of animals, a lot of breeder size stuff, and kind of had to start fresh.
We've also had a few girls we absorbed, so it would have been more. But we'd rather...
you lose some at each year.
Next year, I think it's in the 20s as far as parents.
Yeah, we have 20 plus. We didn't.
Y'all gonna be busy around the clock.
Down, and I'm like, oh, when did we get this many pairings? So hopefully,
in the blink of an eye, it happens quick.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I just kept finding more. I was like, oh, and this girl, oh, and that girl, because we ultrasounded the other day just to kind of see what was going on.
It was a good day ultrasounding. Next week, we have 2 girls that are gravid right now. Mm-hmm. They'll towards the end of December. Yeah. And
we have 2 more that are right behind there.
Merry Christmas.
And
right?
For the first time ever,
so excited.
We got
Happy New Year.
albino hide girl 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. 4. And I kept making this joke that I'm going to sell her because every year she only gets up to 7-8 millimeters and then reabsorbs and never does anything. And I was like, okay, well, this is her last chance because we put her to the sunset initially because I want to see lavender and sunset together. And she just kind of was stagnated for a while.
And then we paired her to the dreamsicle.
Yeah, we decided let's just pair her to the dreamsicle.
She's past 6 now.
And now she's at, what is she at? 32.
Oh.
Whoa.
Big jump.
I was like,
okay.
You get to stay with us.
She was just waiting for the right partner.
Yeah, she just has a preference.
She's
because I love lavender albino, but we've tried every year for dreamsicles since they were relevant, and now we might get them this year, or they might pop out as double heads depending on who takes.
We'll know if they're not lavender.
Yeah.
Heck yeah! Hey, well, at least you're getting in when they're going to sell for $75 a pop on Morph Market. It's going to be all good. It's going to be okay.
That's the name of the game,
I'm like,
absolutely.
Now for $3,000, but it's fine. We'll take $300 for a dreamsicle now, I guess. But
there wasn't no we in that.
They're beautiful. They're so pretty, and I still love them. And now that we've kind of had a little bit of a show experience, I think dreamsicle would be great at a show. So
yeah,
we'll still have them, and we have a couple
pet clutches we're doing each year now. Like we're gonna get hopefully some bells. Our last clutch of the year technically was just a bunch of hides. So we're gonna keep
because we want to do shows. Be more consistent. We want to do at least 3 or 4 shows next year. So we thought it'd be good to bring a variety to the table after helping Leviathan over at Southeast Reptile Expo. We really got to see from a perspective, like what's moving, what's on, what are people asking, and what are other breeders that are there, what are they looking at? So we just kind of took all of that in, and we're like, let's have a few pet clutches just to bring the shows, and then we can work on our higher end projects well that would do better online or at a bigger show. So I think we have really good balance, and now that everything's growing up and we fine tuned our projects, it's going to be a really exciting season moving forward.
Yeah.
I think lab is also something that like you just got to see it in person.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
You just got to see it. Like a picture will never do it justice.
Like I think it'll always be one of my favorite jeans, even if we don't end up taking it everywhere I want it to go. I mean, it's still gonna be one of my favorites. So I probably realistically could not sell her because she'd probably end up in a pet rack. So I would end up keeping her in like a pet rack. So she'll be here. But now we'll have babies, so it's pretty exciting.
Oh, love that.
That is exciting. I'm glad she turned a corner for you.
Should we get the furrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
He might be interested.
Always answers yes. We're here to show you our racks. So.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here for one thing.
We want to see the racks.
Okay. Oh, he's shy. Okay. Well, he's a little shy, and
Oh, I love him.
we like the Bell complex, but probably gonna like try to keep things without Bell eventually, and he won't stay forever. But he's gonna do his job. Look at his little face.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh,
see what
sucker for the high side. Love that.
Yeah.
You can see what it does. The alien, how it breaks up that back dorsal.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that just all the way down that top back, just like kind of dot. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And the Super Fro looks insane. It's very, very granite gene, and it just shatters those alien heads. It just looks so clean.
Oh yeah, he's got. Who are we putting him to? Let me see.
We're still figuring it out.
We have a couple. I think I was just suggesting putting him to the Black Vessel Het Clown we have because I think it needs the dark gene in there. So
That'd be nice.
Cool combo.
Yeah. How's Angela doing? Do y'all still have Angela?
Angela.
Yep. I remember y'all snake names better than you do.
She names them all, so now I'm like, who's Angela? Angela.
Is that the hypo?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Of course. I think she's like black pastel.
Mojave hypo.
Yeah, but didn't she have OD?
With eating.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, I know you've struggled with her for as long as we've been pals. So
once a month we've tried. She stayed at the same size.
Yeah, she's like just as big as I remember her being lost. Oh, I love her though.
I know. She'll do really well for a while, and then we'll do like a deep clean, and then we'll move her tub space around, and we'll do like a rain dance, and then she'll eat. And then she'll eat very consistently, and then suddenly she's like, I don't want to be over 1,000 grams. Like
this is one I would love to see Nyala and take this combo.
Yeah.
She's very weight conscious. She doesn't want to weigh 1,000 grams. So.
I do think that's a thing, though. I do have a couple of snakes that, like, they prefer to live in kind of filth, which is not my vibe at all. It drives me nuts. But it's like they thrive with a fat old turd in the back. And I'm like, man, I'll give it like one more day before I pull that. But you nasty.
Just leave all the sheds in there, you know?
Yeah, you nasty.
Oh, here, how about some that we held back last year? How about the spot nose yellow belly? That was a good female. That clutch we hit one banger girl, and that was spot nose, and she yellow belly hit sunset, which is really important for us because then once we get like a gravel or asphalt visual, eventually next year, then we compare right to her when she's ready and try to make some really cool combos.
Okay, so I think she's like going to
She's in shed. She's not as bright.
She's going to shed tomorrow. But this is a very mean girl. She's very mean. Yeah.
There was a reel I made when it was like when you try to take a picture of feisty hatchlings. This was the model.
I loved that one. That one was pretty funny.
When she clears up tomorrow, we saw her in the egg. We're like, what is that? That is pretty. Oh yeah, she's very alert. Very alert.
She's gorgeous.
We also held back this year a yellow belly female double het sunset clown, so that way we can hopefully one day make with her highway sunset clowns, freeway sunset clowns.
Oh, here's a gorgeous one.
With
Next level.
Like working this type of project that's so untapped, you have to make your own pets a lot. So
yeah,
like, and the
that's why I said we're breeding for us this year. And then we have another yellow belly double het that's on Morph Market, but if she doesn't sell, we'll just keep her because why not?
That's a male, I think.
No, we have a girl too.
I'm gonna have to double check that.
We have a girl too.
They're males. If they were girls, they'd be right in this whole back rack right here.
Thank you. You can say hi. You can say hi. It's a thing. You can say hi.
I can here. Hold on. I'll make.
Okay. Oh, well, you got to come back now.
Now we can see.
You can do it. It's going to be okay. You can say hi.
We don't bite.
Hi. Thank you. You're the best waitress ever.
Hi.
I said, wait 15 minutes and bring me a beer. And then wait another 15 and bring me another one.
Okay, this I think is I think we forget that she exists.
I don't. She's beautiful.
This is what is it? Blackhead
and she
Blackhead MC hypo, and we're gonna have to shed test for clown. But she's got some like gorgeous oranges.
My favorite is right
here.
Is this the clutch that had like a random splash of albino somewhere?
No,
possibly. Was that this year?
Yeah.
We had one single albino that came out of one of our clutches this year because we found out our blackhead. Okay, we found out our blackhead male is not double het. He is triple het.
Oh.
The pied girl who was het albino, which that was just part of what she is. We never were like, oh yeah, she's het albino.
We just ignored the fact she was het albino.
We ignored it, and then we had an albino pop out, and we're like. We reached out to the breeder of the male. We're like, hey, was there albino floating around? He's like, I don't think so. I'm like, well, it's safe to say there was.
Yeah.
One albino in this blackhead clutch. And it was just like a single, I think we couldn't tell if it was blackhead or just albino. They're kind of tough to tell, I guess. But
love that.
Ooh, we could do her. This is a baby now. We didn't produce her, but she's cool.
So we bought this girl from Jake and Ashley at Brew Balls.
Love them.
They are such sweeties. Love
We
them.
got to have them on the show. We got to have them on the show.
Dude, good luck. Jake is very shy with this stuff. When we did
he does good. Once he's talking about snakes, he's good.
Yes.
If I can do it, he's got it in the bag.
About his isopods, you won't be able to get them off. Yeah. You won't be able to.
They have really, really cute isopods.
Aww.
This is a Cypress spot nose KRG. So yeah, they're the only ones I really know doing KRG, and it took
they are.
It took us like a year to. He was like KRG, and then he started hatching out babies. But like, oh, those are pretty cool.
They're awesome.
Examples.
So it's just a reduction gene, but it's like with Cypress and whatnot, looks very nice.
Then you have spot nose that adds a lot of pattern back.
Yeah, so this is one we're excited for, but she'll probably be a 2026 girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
We got
their KRG stuff is very, very, very cool. I watched like a live or something that they did once, and I like learned the most about that gene that I ever could imagine. Like they're very knowledgeable on KRG, and they're doing a lot of really, really cool stuff with it.
They really are. They've done everything they made with it is absolutely awesome.
I almost forgot about this girl too. So we're cycling back because we have a lot of blackhead, obviously. So
good for you.
Blackhead butter.
Blackhead everything.
Blackhead and she hypo.
Oh, I know
you like blackhead and hypo.
That's everything I need.
I know, we were very excited for the so
they're all crazy.
They're all nuts, but at least they're not mean. But
they don't have meals either.
It's like the colors on these are like
very nice.
That's beautiful.
those light grays, the pattern's so crazy. We were very excited.
I
When
love
these
how
hatched
Blackhead
out.
will turn that color and make it almost like a
Oh.
soft orange.
There's an orange. We have one that's older. Blackhead.
That entire belly is bright white too. Love that.
Okay, here's like an older girl.
Oh, this girl's one of my favorites. We're waiting on shed results from her. We sent them to RTI to test for hypo.
It's funny, we said, oh, we love Sunset, but here's every Blackhead and
we showed off some
we
of our
do
best
like
heads that
okay,
we made in the 2 visuals.
Do you want to try to here? So this is a Blackhead and Mojave Red Dean, and they just aged. She looked similar to that one when she hatched out, but then she aged and she's got like gray. They're like gray in here.
It's hard to capture.
That's wild.
They're peach color in here, but I love the really, really dark head and then how it just fades down. Like
that's very nice.
So we just keep putting Blackhead into things because we just love it, and they're like so unique looking. Every Blackhead.
I love the alien heads are like shaded in dark.
Yeah.
With like the white. It's just I would love to see this with Sunset. Everything is Sunset. That's the backbone. I would love to see this.
And if she felt hypo and clown or clown, that would be great. Either one is a bonus.
So is it red gene? So is this like the only snake you'll have red gene, like, or have y'all played around with that before?
The male, the dad has it, but I feel like it's very subtle.
Yeah.
It is. What I see is it kind of like we're still kind of like whenever we list something, we'll list it as like pos red gene, like if we're really, really certain. So I don't want to, you know what I mean? We're still trying to figure it out. We talked to Nussman a few times about it. That's where we got the father from, and I feel like we kind of have it dialed down. But from what I see, it kind of reduces it a little bit, like with the alien here, how they kind of float up because he also has the ringer gene. But ringer gene is the way everything floats. So I'll have like little stuff around.
Red gene and ringer gene, they confuse me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but
we're still figuring it out a little bit too. But just by seeing like what comes out, like what hatches out, we're able to see basically 2 of the same thing, but one will look slightly different. And then that's when we're like, okay, is this red gene making that influence? And then we start comparing things with like Morph Market or other groups, and then that's where it kind of helps us out a little bit. But this one,
I'm excited to see those babies.
Yeah, she's really cool. She just ages and it's even cooler. I think we should get the yellow belly head paint so like that head was very interesting.
We actually have a visual paint. I'm going to show that instead.
I think you should.
So much fun seeing what's in the racks. Loving it.
I know. I could do this forever.
I know.
Oh.
Let me untangle him politely. Here, dude. There we go. I won't be able to, but this is what paint does.
Wow.
Yeah,
just lifts up those alien heads, how it kind of like pixelates in there. The white.
The blacks are so rich and so deep, and then the brown, everything's just very.
I'm like trying to eye it up with the camera.
I know.
Wait, is there yellow belly in that?
We don't think there's yellow belly.
Because yellow belly with paint, what I've seen is it almost completely erases the alien heads.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
The alien heads, it just looks almost like light static, like as if like static went through it. It's hard to.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
but even like paint does that a lot with like the white little bubbles.
Love that.
I like that a lot.
I do too. A lot.
Looks like little hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of coming up, little elbow noodles, you know?
Oh, stop. I want some mac and cheese now.
But paint is something that this year we really be getting into. We're really good friends with Chris from Savage Morphs, who lives about, I'd say, 15 minutes away, and he works very, very heavy with paint. And that's where we got both these 2 animals from. And
so I was just going to show off
awesome.
the head.
Look at that baddie back there. Dang.
The head
influence on these is strong.
How like white dots, like this is the visual, and then you can see the influence. It will bring those a little bit of the pattern up.
So what we've kind of learned with the paint stuff and from the paint community is that you have to be very careful buying hets because people could misidentify it as a visual just because some het influences can be so strong that you almost think it's a visual.
I mean, like, I would say that looks visual paint to me.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So you can definitely tell, but she's big and she's she's calmed down a bit. She's just very large, and she was a little angry at first when we got her.
She was, I'm like, watch my head because she was like, but no, with paint, I remember in the beginning with paint, a lot of people thought it was a codon, because of the fact the influence was so strong. They thought that a visual paint was a super.
Actually, if you go on Morph Market, you can find people have sold super paints in the past because it was back in the day when they weren't quite sure where it fell. So it's very cool. It's very cool, and we're super excited. That was probably our most exciting gene we got into this year was paint, just because seeing all of Chris's collection, they're incredible. The hypo paints are incredible. Everything is so pretty. Even the heads are gorgeous.
The hypo paint is gorgeous. I gotta say, hypo paint, seeing it in person is probably, I'm not trying to over exaggerate, the best double recessive I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh my god! Now I gotta find it. I gotta find
right.
One. Can y'all make one? Can I come over?
Well,
you're making notes. That's so funny.
They're really cool. What else do we have here?
Not the biggest.
Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest things we got.
What other? Because y'all have other species, right? Y'all just got something awesome, and I'm not going to tell you what it reminds me of. But what's that?
I'm gonna get her. We keep her in other rooms.
She's too small.
She is awesome.
She's very. We were just watching her last night. Actually, Ro filled her water bowl and was letting her just. She was just drinking. She's really pretty. The colors of them are just so cool.
They're gorgeous.
It described, and that's exactly what I would say. They're
creamy.
It's a good descriptive word.
Creamy.
Cool, and they have a lot of personality. Those little womas. She's obsessed with this.
I love the Australian species so much. And
oh, good day, mate.
Like you. No.
So cute.
I love the camera on here doesn't capture it, but it's little orange flames coming up each and every stripe, and then the belly.
Check out their Instagram. They have really, really beautiful pictures of this girl that will just take your breath away.
Yeah.
I love those eyeballs.
She's really cute.
So cute. Bright orange head. It's like a rusty orange, but she's
so what is
this is
as far as husbandry, what's the big change here?
Not when when I do get a big enclosure, it's going to be more arid kind of enclosure. I'm still researching a bunch. Right now we have her in a rack right now with Coco and everything. She's so small, and the enclosure I want to make her is huge. And we're ordering those next week actually, and I'm going to make it bioactive. It's going to be a mix of different bioactive soil, but a little bit more on the arid side.
Love that.
Yeah, we
the drier part of Australia.
That'll be fun to make too.
Collection, so we can have some stuff for bioactive.
But I've been watching so many videos of people building different types of bioactive enclosures for these guys, and I'm getting super inspired, and it's going to be so much fun.
Such a cute little face too.
Oh, the cutest.
And the personality is so much different. When I open up, her rack to go ahead and see her, she'll come right out of her house and lifts her head up and just kind of watch me. I'll do little things picking up. She'll just kind of watch.
So she's just super friendly. They're not typically real nippy or
not her. I don't.
Or it's just her.
Yeah, just her. I don't have enough experience with them as a whole to say. But for her, she's been awesome to handle. And
yeah. Well, you built the trust. You put the work in. So
handling them daily. So they're super friendly. When we got her, she was already.
And it's just cool. They kind of they're very inquisitive. Whenever I'm handling her, hanging out, it's different than a ball python. It's just very
how a bearded dragon, they're paying attention, they're watching, or a tegu, they're watching you, they're paying attention. So it's cool to see a snake that's not just you open the tub and they're food or leave me alone. So,
do y'all still have that fella?
Which one?
I used to call him your T-Rex.
The tegu, yeah, he's in brumation, so he's just kind of down for a while. Ever since we in a January as a baby, And immediately we didn't see him for 4 months, and I was so concerned until I was reaching out to the community, and they're like, no, that's totally normal. That's our method to you, how we got him and he immediately brumated. So every year we know exactly he's gone now. He just sleeps. So he's very easy for a pet because he's sleeping for 5 months.
He's getting a huge
down for the count. Down for the count.
Sometimes I'd want to do that.
Right? Is that allowed? Can we do that? Can I take a forever nap, but come back? Not forever.
Yeah, no,
forever,
not forever.
I get paid for that nap too.
Yeah, right.
Just 3 month PTO.
It's like a temporary coma.
Yeah. Well,
you guys have amazing stuff.
Amazing.
I had no idea, and I learned so much because I didn't even know about some of those morphs. So thank you for humoring me.
That's why kind of we're a little bit more nitpicky the last year of when we kind of downsized a bit. We're very specific on okay, we should pick up things that we think have potential, and we see people picking up that make really smart moves. So yeah, we're excited to see what happens. Hoping to hatch out some really cool stuff this year. I mean, even if we get 10 of these clutches, that would be great because we've got apparently 20 plus pairings going. So
really exciting.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
Very exciting. Y'all are next level. Y'all are doing it right. Yeah, right. We are not worthy.
Y'all are too kind. Thank you. Thank
you. Very proud of y'all.
Thank you.
It took a lot to get here.
Yeah, it almost felt like we had to
not trial and error, but
yeah,
I love it
when we kind of cut down last year. It felt like we were almost taking going backwards at first. We were like, well, now we have less animals and less clutches this year, so everything just felt slower. But now that we're looking at everything coming up, we're like, oh wow, we have a lot that is stuff we actually carefully planned. We picked out we have pairings for them. We have future ideas for them. So feel good about where we are now.
Excited.
Big picture, thinking ahead, being what's the word? Oh God, words are hard. What is it like? Okay, I'll forget about it. Intentional. Y'all are being very thoughtful and intentional with the big picture, long-term plans, and I think that's ultimately, it doesn't matter if you're super small scale or super, super big scale. I think that you just have to be mindful. You cannot just pair to pair.
Yeah. And one thing we did get really good at in the last 2 years is we would see something at a show or something, and I'd be like, oh my God, I want this. And she'd be like, what can we do with it? Where do you want it? What will we do long term? And that makes you think, okay, it's really cool, but probably not for us. And we kind of just hold each other accountable with that now of what can we do with this long term? And if I immediately we could do this, and that, she's like, okay, got it. We just have to have a solid game plan. It can't just be it was a good deal and it looks cool and we like this gene, but we're trying to not have as many.
Guilty.
Because we kind of, I feel like we jumped into every recessive at first, and then we had to dwindle and be like, okay,
you gotta really figure out what you like and what you don't like. When you first get started, you like a little bit of everything.
And they all look so cool.
Yeah.
It's hard when you first
it's wind it down. Let's be realistic. Let's set realistic expectations. Well, even I've done that with you, Kat, for years. I'll send you a screenshot and I'll be like, I'm doing it. And you're like, let's think about this. Yes. Let's think about this now. And then without fail, I don't get the snake because Kat tells me not to.
Well, because sometimes you just, we have to hold.
We all got to be there.
Everyone's got to be held accountable, and we saw you out with all males.
Look, it takes a village to keep me in line, and thank y'all for being my village.
Of course. Yeah, everyone needs a support system, and
the biggest thing is community in here, and that's what keeps us all together. You know what I mean? Being together and helping each other out.
Ask the question because that's cool, but what exactly what do you have to pair to that? What do you have for long term? So it's just
And
what's your game plan? Because in 3 years, this is going to be a forever pet. So yeah.
Hey, we have 10 pets. Okay.
Oh, I've got tons.
I'm gonna order them the fancy ARS that has the windows on it. Actually, it's gonna be just for pets, and I'm so excited because I can set them all up enclosures, and they can have little pet lives, and it's gonna be awesome.
True. I mean, that's the way to do it, honestly.
And then me, I'm looking at the bioactive, like the low months. So pick out.
You've got to send me like updates of that. I'm so excited to see that progress because that is fascinating to me.
And of course, we got a girl for the woman just in case, because now we know if you're gonna get something as just a pet, get it, just in case.
Because you're gonna want to breed it. You just
just in case.
Happen.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I want her enclosure of like a piece of Australia. Like you're looking through it. Like, I'm really excited. Like that end of YouTube, active building, man. We need a notepad, a pen, like some.
Yeah. Well, you are an artist through and through. You're going to do something incredible.
Thank you. No, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Where can people find you to follow you if they're not already?
Pretty much mostly Instagram because we're not really good at updating Facebook, and I feel like the crowd on Facebook is not as reptile friendly as Instagram.
It's different. We're working on Facebook, but you can find us at Inked Lady Morphs on Instagram. We're the most active on there. We're from Savannah, Georgia.
Yes.
And we'll be popping up, hanging out with you guys.
And you can vote for us on the 15 Minutes of Lame at thefatmannation.com. Voting, you can vote every 24 hours up until December 24th at midnight.
Yeah. Spread out those IP addresses. Don't ask me how I know. Spread them out.
Yeah.
Get all the votes in.
Every 24 hours, Lacey.
I can't help it. I'm like 15 minutes of lame. Every 15 minutes, I'm trying to vote again. I can't help it. I'm like, gotta make sure I cast my vote today.
I check a few times and they'd be like, did I vote yet? I'm like, okay, yeah. It's telling me it's the IP address again. We voted.
Yeah. Chris Eaton I'm gonna get blocked from this. He's gonna be like, I think you're trying to cheat. I'm like, dude, you won't let me.
You won't let me.
You won't let me, brother.
Oh. This has been so much fun having you guys on. I can't wait to keep going with this and have you guys on next year and see all your cool babies that you make.
Oh, yeah. We're 100% putting it on the books. We're scheduling a follow-up appointment.
Yeah.
We're going to call it a follow-up examination.
There's
and
show next year.
Yes.
Yeah, we're coming back full circle because y'all are doing some big, really, really fun, exciting stuff. So
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for having us on. This is awesome and love the show. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, the show me your rack. That it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That was this one. Surprisingly.
Fun.
I asked people in real life to show me their rack. She's like, let's make a podcast about it.
Let's channel that energy.
Yeah. She's like, tone it down, you creep.
We gotta have fun.
You do.
Gotta have fun.